of your mind tends to lead to feelings of stress or overanalysis, or just constantly thinking about the next thing you have to do, or thinking about your body, leading to a lot of dissatisfaction with your body and body image, or just a relationship with fitness and movement that does not feel good to you. A lot of this comes from the fact that if our body does not feel physiologically calm, then our mind can't be calm. They are connected, right? If the mind is overactive, the body, in some sense, will be overactive and not be able to be calm. Not calm mind, not calm body. And so they start to feed one another. And so if you experience emotions that you feel like are leading to actions you don't want to have in your life, like getting really worked up with your kids, or getting angry at your partner, or overthinking a situation with a colleague for a long time and spinning and frustration and anger at that, right? Or anger with your body, right? Like we were talking about, anger with yourself. It's because on some level if there's that mental habit of just constant thinking, there's probably some root lack of calm within your body. So if we can create more of a physiological equilibrium in your body, that's more of your baseline state that you're operating from, so that I explain it to my clients like this, like otherwise it kind of feels like if your body is sort of in this elevated state, and it's a chicken and egg thing, right? We don't always know whether the body got there first and then the mind followed, or the mind got there first and then the body followed, right? But whatever happened when we're in this elevated physiological state, and then our mind is then staying overactive as well, the analogy is like, imagine that someone's just stepping on your toe all day. And that hurts, and you're just like at your limit. You're just kind of at your breaking point. You're just like all day. You're just kind of, ugh. And then anything to just set you off that much more, right? But if we have some simple daily practice to come back to and cultivate and recultivate and really recondition our body to this physiological state of calm, then all that mental stuff and all the emotions that follow, right? Thoughts lead to feelings. So if we're having these racing thoughts and anxious, angry thoughts, and they're leading to those feelings, if that's happening, right? But now we have this base of calm, this reservoir of calm within us, versus that toe being stepped on all day, then things just don't get to us as much, right? And there's so much in this work, but this is a really powerful practice to make all the potential mindset and mindfulness work that you're doing that much easier, so that you have a stronger foundation. So the body really helps us with the mind, and vice versa. So what we can do is use our breath. It's probably not foreign for you to hear about the breath as a practice to calm the body, but there's so much amazing science behind that, and the impact that it has on our nervous system and all systems of the body working more optimally. But what we're going to do is just start to become aware of your breath to start. You can even place your hands on your core, your trunk, your belly, maybe one hand on your chest. And just start to become aware of the fact that you are breathing. Just feeling it, not needing to manipulate it yet. And this doesn't matter where you are. You can be in bed, you could be sitting in a chair, definitely not driving in a car though. You could be laying down. You could be doing this literally while rocking your baby. You could do this at your computer in the midst of your workday when you're like, ah. So just bringing your awareness to your breath, to your body, so that we can cultivate and access more of that physiological state of calm. And starting to become a little bit more of an active participant with your breath. Now that we've connected to it, become aware of it. Starting to feel your breath. Where do you feel it moving through your body? Is it more in your chest and you're doing that suck in thing? Or can you bring it lower in your body and aim to show me your belly, right? People are so afraid to do that. Show your belly. Expand it, expand the rib cage. Lateral. Narrowing and contraction on the exhale, just subtly. Those muscles in between the rib cage. Exhale, contracting. Maybe you can start to connect to another sense of your breath, hearing it, making it a little bit more audible. And starting to slow the breath. This is a key component in cultivating a greater state of physiological calm within our body. It literally regulates your nervous system, stimulates the vagus nerve, turns off that sympathetic stress response, activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which all fancy side of talk is a way of calming the body. So connecting to your breath, and maybe it feels kind of shallow or quick to start, but seeing if you can start to lengthen your inhales, maybe to 4 seconds, and lengthening your exhales, maybe to 4, 5, or even 6 count exhales. Working in that direction, not forcing it. Force is not going to bring more calm into the body. And just staying fully immersed in what you're doing, fully connected to the breath. Getting better at slowly controlling, having greater control over, I should say, the slow release of the breath on an exhale and the slow filling and taking in of the air on an inhale. So really becoming that active participant in your breath and just playing with, instead of that, let me get a quick breath in, right? Can I slow it? And that alone, that act of attempting to slow it and lengthen it, and then over time, that lengthening of the breath signals to the brain, safety, relax, turn off all those mechanisms of tightness, of tension, of pain even. Just staying with your breath, continuing to lengthen it, keeping the inhales around 5 seconds long, and exhale Maybe you're starting to work towards an 8 count exhale or a 10 count exhale. This is something to work towards, to stretch gently over the course of your session, if you will, and over time in general. And when the brain chatters and starts to tell you this is stupid, we gotta get back to work, or this is uncomfortable, or what's the point, is this even doing anything, or oh my gosh, blah, 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 right? Anything. Doesn't matter what it's saying. That's just the brain being in its habit of not being able to be right here. It's going to the past or going to the future. And so taming it, coming back, that will enable you to have that greater reservoir of calm over time. And so just coming back, as soon as you become aware of the fact that your brain was chattering and that you're not in what you're doing anymore, using your breath as your anchor to the present moment, feeling that sense of calm, and really bringing your focus there and starting to add that layer here of, in each inhale, saying, oh, I'm breathing in calm, I'm breathing in relaxation. And each exhale, really kind of melting down and releasing and relaxing. Even if you have that like subtle muscle contraction on the exhale to get every last bit of breath out, there's still this dropping down, relaxing, releasing into whatever surface is holding you, a chair, a couch, a bed. Releasing, melting, lengthening that exhale towards 8 counts, towards 10 counts. Inhaling for 5. Exhale, aim for 10. If your brain tells you, oh my gosh, I can't do it, I only got to 6, that's just brain chatter. That's just your brain being in its autopilot habit of always wanting to change the present moment, thinking things should be different, resisting the present moment. So just see it for what it is, just that mind being in hyperdrive, just not being in practice of being right here, right now, being with, accepting fully what is occurring in the present moment, accepting you and your current capabilities in this present moment, and just coming right back. Exhale, slowly working towards 10 count. Aiming to hear that sound of silence, listening for it, listening for the sounds of your breath versus listening to the sounds of your mind. Just aiming to lengthen that pause in between your thoughts. Just like I'm saying a run-on sentence right now that sounds continuous, there's still a pause in between each word I'm saying. And so just like your thoughts, instead of them being run-on, lengthening the pause in between. Can I hear silence and quiet in my mind for 5 seconds, maybe 10 seconds, maybe a minute, maybe 2 minutes? It's always harder in the beginning, or it's harder in certain periods of life. But again, coming back, not letting your mind judge what's occurring, accepting the present moment, accepting where you are in the present moment, so that you can just be in what you're doing versus having that unhelpful brain chatter. So you can access and cultivate this sense of physiological calm. Which will then just set into motion a really powerful domino effect where now, since the body and the nervous system are quieter and calmer, the mind can be more calm, and then that will keep the body calm, which will keep the mind calm, versus the opposite. And bringing this with you throughout your day, even though you won't close your eyes as you're moving throughout your day, staying more connected to your breath throughout your day and being aware of, is it fast? Is it shallow? Am I holding it? And really seeing if you can lengthen it and you can slow it so that you can, again, always have this greater reservoir of physiological calm within your body, so that you have that much greater of a likelihood of having a calm mind, instead of that example of the, oh, my toes being stepped on, right? If my body feels elevated, and I can't access that calm, then it starts to perpetuate and just put us kind of like at our breaking point where anything's just going to set us off that much more. I hope this brought some sensations of calm to you. Revisit this again and again and again and again, and just take each of these pieces as things that you can, again, do in any given moment throughout your day. Again, you can be walking through your kitchen, making your breakfast, and doing the same exact things. Can I aim to hear quiet? Can I listen for that quiet? Can I feel my breath? Can I feel the movements of my body as I'm walking through my kitchen? Okay, some thought came up and I'm realizing that's a totally useless or actively harmful thought. Okay, my mind's just doing its thing. It's just out of practice of being here. Let me come back to my breath, to my body. Again, you're not closing your eyes, you're just doing your thing, but it's the same exact thing throughout your day, just with your eyes open, so that you can always tap into and just keep building out a larger reservoir of that physiological calm, so that you're less at that tipping point, if you will. All right, thank you guys for being here.